Chopper's trying to explain the situation like, hey, Luffy, we need you topside. We need you there now. And all of a sudden, immense conquerors haki happened. And everybody's like, oh, shoot, whose conquerors is that? The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. We finally, after I don't know how long it's been. I think it's been like 10 chapters. We finally get to see the monster trio back in action. It was refreshing seeing the other Straw Hats, seeing the whole setup with Emu and everybody pull up to Elbaph. But it's good that Luffy, Loki, Hajrudin, all of them are ready for action, and we're going to see it in the next chapter. But what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Potential Unleashed, and I am back with another chapter review. This is One Piece chapter 1151, and this was a banger. Huge setup for what's going to happen for the rest of Elbaph. The chapter starts off with the other giants looking at Dory and Brogy. They're like, bros, what the heck are you doing? Snap out of it. Elder Jarl, he is a living legend. I don't know if you guys can even take him down, but that's not even like you. Why are you guys trying to take him down? And you know, Dory and Brogy, they're like, I mean, shut the fluff up. He's an old fart. We're gonna take him down. We're gonna kill him, and we're gonna establish ourselves, mount our flag. We're gonna be the new kings of Elbaph. Oimo and Kashi are still trying to plead with them, and just looking at the size difference between the two, I'm pretty sure Dory and Brogy were already bigger, but now that they've gotten the Domi Reversi boost, they're like 3-4 times the size of them. Honestly, Oimo and Kashi low-key look like normal humans, and there's another giant with him. His name is Tall Man. He unfortunately, when Dory passes him, he unfortunately gets flipped to the other side. He's like, no, I don't want to flip. So looks like, number one, if you have a contract with Emu, or this is the first one to initiate it, then yes, you end up getting turned. But also, if you're in a certain vicinity of someone that has turned, it looks like you're going to turn as well. So then that begs the question, how are they going to fight? Maybe it has something to do with conquerors haki potentially. Maybe you can coach your entire body. Think of it as kind of, I was gonna say something in Hunter x Hunter. I don't think it's Nen specifically. I know there's 10 like Zetsu, all that stuff, but one of the applications of Nen potential, or like curse energy, how you can kind of reinforce yourself, protect yourself against different attacks. So I wonder if maybe coding yourself like that will allow them not to transform like that, because like I said, if it depends on the vicinity, then if that's the case, you can't ever attack someone that's already turned, because then in essence you would turn as well. To make matters worse, with the giants transforming and changing size like this, the kids, their imagination are going to run wild with so many people talking about the giants being devils now. So not only are the different creatures that Killingham had already made based off of the original imagination and dreams of the kids, the manifestations of them, but now we're getting these different devils as well. I gotta give it to Oda. He cooked with the Holy Knights designs. At first, I thought all of them were cool. Gunko, Shamrock, Sommers, I thought they were cool. I thought Killingham looked stupid. I thought it looked terrible, but that's because he was in his own form. His hybrid form, low-key, behind Shamrock, Killingham might have the best design. That may be a hot take, I don't know, but Killingham looks raw here. We get to see him in his hybrid form, him with his little staff trident thing. He looks lit. Maybe he's a hybrid similar to Dellinger, of a fishman and human, because he has these sharp teeth, and well, he looks not human. Granted, he could just have sharp teeth, and that's something that Oda decided to do as design, but it low-key, like I said, think of Dellinger from the Doflamingo Pirates. They kind of look the same. I love Usopp here because even though he is chained up, he still respects Dory and Brogy. Those are his masters, and he's like, hey, masters, what are you guys doing? This is your homeland. You don't need to be doing stuff like this. You guys are supposed to be true warriors of the sea. And so hopefully Usopp, whenever he gets free, granted, I feel like we've been saying this the past couple of arcs with Zoro and Wano, Frankie, and Egghead, that these are specific Straw Hats arcs, and then we end up getting disappointed. I've kind of given up on Usopp this arc whenever Brook got introduced to be somewhat related or have some affiliation with Gunko. But hey, maybe Usopp, he'll actually do some of this arc, and maybe he'll be the one to transform everyone back to normal. I love the dialogue between Sommers and Killingham here. They're like, hey, you know, we've done all we can with the different nightmares they're attacking. My briars, they're set up. What all are we supposed to do? How long are we supposed to do this? And Emu says, until it shatters. And they're like, unto what shattered? And that would be the spirit of Elbaph. We know how much the different giants pride themselves on, being warriors, as well as just Elbaph's history, the might of Elbaph, everything like that. They take pride in it, and so I respect it. Seeing the scene that's happening, like I said, different giants have turned, nightmares happening, flames are happening, briars are everywhere. It looks terrible. All hope appears lost. So I love what Emu said here. I agree. If I was in Emu's shoes, of course, I'm not saying I would do this normally, but if I was in Emu's shoes, you have to make them suffer. You have to make them yield because of what we were wanting to achieve, how we want this might. You have to make them crack, so that way they have no choice but to join your side. And honestly, they probably wouldn't have to have come to these extreme measures if what Harold would have done in the past, if he didn't blunder in the critical hour. Like I said, they would have had Elbaph's might a long time ago, which begs the question, what did he do? Did he end up breaking free of Emu's control temporarily, and in that moment allowing Loki to kill him? We still haven't known yet, right? They've been blue balling us, teasing us, right? Just about to insert it, but they let go. All right, I probably shouldn't say that, but they just been teasing us, and they did it in this chapter, teasing us with what happened between Loki and Harold. But if you guys have made it this far into the video and are enjoying the content, let me know by leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. I put out different One Piece content almost each and every day. I was really curious. I was like, okay, I know that Oda is writing everything to set up this grand battle, but I was like, where the heck is Luffy with Emu pulling up with that amount of conquerors? You saw what happened with Joy Boy in the last arc. Emu with this amount of conquerors, it didn't make sense that Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Loki, all the people in the underworld, nobody noticed it, but it's fine. It's fine. That's because all of that took place in the present. And so we haven't, at least in this chapter, we hadn't gotten there yet. This took place right around where Gunko ended up stabbing or shooting the arrows in Gaban. And so Emu pulling up and taking over Gunko's body and, exuding all of that conquerors, it hadn't happened yet. Chopper's here for a few reasons. Number one, he's the one to save Gaban, turning into guard point, allowing him to fall safely in Chopper's cuddly, fluffy fur. And then the second reason, obviously, is to inform Luffy what the heck is going on. Granted, did he really need to? Probably not, especially when Emu unleashed conquerors, because everybody noticed the immense haki. I do want to mention that I think a lot of people have a little bit of a misunderstanding of how the haki works, because Luffy, he was like, somebody had fallen down and it's Chopper, and then Luffy's like, wait, how did I know it was Chopper? I think a lot of people think that observation, that it's always on. If that's the case, like similar to Armament, similar to conquerors, then why aren't they using it all the time? So I wonder if Luffy has achieved another level of observation where he can use it without even using it, if that makes sense. So while their group is going looking at Chopper, trying to figure out what is going on, Loki, he gets a call from Mosa, and Mosa says that they'll be quick because they meant to mention this in the earlier conversation. However, because of different circumstances that are going on, they are unable to contact via transponder snail anymore. Essentially, this Mosa individual is thanking Loki for all the time they spent together, and it's like, hey, we'll end up talking in the future. I just can't talk right now. Immediately, my thought is that something is happening at Mary Joelle, or this individual's at Mary Joelle, because of the flames that's happening there. And so just being in a dire situation, to me, that makes sense. I don't know if this is a guy. I don't know if this is a girl. If it's a girl, this is probably Loki's ball. It's probably his ball. And Loki, of course, wants to be free so they can be saved. I really don't have anything on this person to definitively say who it is, who it could potentially be. I just don't know. They're bringing Gaban to Gerd so she can end up healing them, and this is when Luffy, because as you guys know that Luffy and Zoro, and I think Nami as well, they weren't there when the explanation of who Chopper Gaban was. They weren't there, so now they finally figure out, oh shoot, or at least they're told, this is Chopper Gaban. He is a part of the Roger Pirates crew. He is the left hand, one of the wings of the Pirate King. And I saw some people like that. I try not to look at spoilers, but I did see people on Twitter talking about, oh, it's confirmed that Gaban is number 2. No, it's not. Where was it said that? Because somebody said, I believe it was Chopper, he was like, oh, that means that he's the 3rd strongest of the crew. What I do like in this gag is that even though he's bleeding out, even though he's death's doorstep, Gaban mustered up the strength to be like, nah, I'm number 2. And I guess that's where people are getting that from. But that's like, let's say you're playing a game with your friend when, you're good at basketball, they're good at basketball, and they're like, oh, I'm better than you, I'm the best player, and you're not just gonna let that, like, happen, you're not just gonna let them talk crap like that and not defend yourself. And you could say that with anything, whether it's video games, whether it's in a foot race, whether you're playing cards or something like that. Nah, you're gonna talk mess too. You're not gonna just let people talk about how bad you are or talk about how somebody's better than you. You're not gonna sit there and just take disrespect unless it's blatantly obvious. Chopper's trying to explain the situation like, hey Luffy, we need you topside, we need you there now. And all of a sudden immense conquerors haki happened and everybody's like, oh shoot, whose conquerors is that? Of course that haki's emo. We got a beautiful panel including Loki, Luffy, and Hajrudin. They're ready for battle. They're about to go to the realm of the sun. Luffy's like, hey, I got this. Loki, he's like, oh, what a ridiculous burst of haki. You guys are going to need my strength. I cannot wait to see these three plus the monster trio and everybody else down here in the next chapter. And since this took place in the past, what's probably going to happen is Luffy's going to randomly pop up somewhere and you're going to be like, whoa, how the heck did this happen? Think of it similar to what happened at Marineford, how Luffy all of a sudden was falling out the sky and was making that grand entrance, and then in the next episode we got to see, well, how the heck it happened. That's probably what's going to happen in the next chapter. I cannot wait. It's unfortunate we got a break next week, but hey, it was well worth it after the freaking peak we've gotten back to back. Yeah, Oda deserves this break. But let me know how you guys feel about this chapter in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. And don't forget to unleash your potential.